Circles here where voices thrive. Turn on your screens, let the magic unfold. Listening and healing as stories are told. Come on, come on, this is your time. No topics too tough, just heed the calls. From mental health woes to justice we seek. Together we rise for the strong and the meek. A safe space for all, let's lift every voice. Inner Circle podcast where hearts unite. Sharing our truths, bringing hope to the light. Community strong, we're never alone. Together as one, we've created a home. With laughter and love, we break down the walls. No topics too tough, just heed the calls. From mental health woes to justice we seek. Together we rise for the strong and the meek. A safe space for all, let's lift every voice. So join the conversation, let's set the tone. In a Circle podcast where love is well known.
Good evening, family. It is your host, Abe Kamara. I'm here with my co-host tonight, Peterson from the windy city of Chicago. Glad you are joining us on the Inner Circle podcast, where we amplify, empower, and edit voices that matter. Tonight, we are talking about something that hits home for almost everyone: insurance. Right? We pay insurance every month, whether it's auto insurance, medical, dental, homeowner, you name it. And when it comes time for them to pay you back, or uh, or for them to do the simple thing that you pay for, it becomes wahala. I would say it becomes problem. So tonight we're gonna be dissecting that my man Peterson and I. So we're gonna be looking into that. Is insurance a safety net? It's a broad day robbery. What I mean, stuff like that, baby. The thing about it is like they force you to get it right. I mean, is it a game or, is this a legalized robbery or necessary evil? So the actual topic for tonight is the insurance game, legalized robbery or necessary evil. So we hope you can join this interesting conversation tonight. My man Peterson, man, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Abe, and good to see you. It's Peterson from the Windy City, where we never have a dog woman in our city,
Yeah.
especially this year and recently. A lot of things are going on, but yeah, this is a great topic for discussion because, as you mentioned, like everything around us is insured, but is it something that is needed? I'll say it's certain ones are like one of those like necessary evil is necessary, but it comes at a cost.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So, folks, you can definitely join the conversation tonight. If you have had issue with insurance before, you can join the conversation tonight by putting a comment in the chat or call them on number 952-594-5154. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on X or Twitter, LinkedIn, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. So man, as I said, right, this topic. Before we get into that, we just want to keep our prayers with those still kind of experiencing the government shutdown. Those federal employees, folks that work for the U.S. government. So we hope. Hopefully, politicians, my man Peters and I have all this had a discussion. Hopefully, you guys can come together, man, because innocent folks, innocent businesses that depend on those employees, they are also suffering. So we hope they can get their act together and and get it done. So, man, but Peterson, though, there's something that hits home. Is if you're a homeowner, if you have car, I mean, everywhere, I mean, stuff like that. It's like, especially in this country in America, you are required certain asset you own. You are required basically it's a requirement to own to have an insurance. like medical, you also, I mean, one of the reasons why the government shut down right now, because, right, it's a fight over medical insurance, right, health insurance,
You know.
because of Obamacare premiums, those subsidies, once they expire at the end of this year, they're going to be going up. But again, right, even when you have medical insurance or dental insurance, or even when you go to the hospital, you paying that premium every every month, or maybe every paycheck, if if you get into your employer. You go, you either pay the copay, or the next minute, right? It's like, oh no, you owe us, no, you gotta pay. It's like, okay, what? I thought I have insurance. Oh no, you know, it's like it doesn't cover X, Y, and Z. What's the point of the insurance? I was like, I'm always confused about that. Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah, I think when you put it that way, is almost like a gimmick. It's one of those like, okay, we you pay for more than you get. So in certain uh, industry, or when it comes to certain sectors. So when we talk
Hmm.
about, like, let's say auto insurance,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
on average, like, the average person is not getting an accident every month, every year. Uh, like, I don't remember the last time that I got into an accident, and I've been driving for what, about 20 years
Oh yeah,
now.
20 plus years. Yep,
Yeah, 20
yep.
plus years I've been driving, and every year I'm required to have insurance. For me, it used to be when I was younger that I had a heavy foot, so I used to get speeding tickets.
Yeah.
And in order to get insurance, then it becomes more expensive, because you have to
Hmm.
have that SR22 insurance, which is like high risk drivers. And although I was paying it monthly, like I said, I've never filed an insurance claim for a car to say, oh, my car was total, or I got into an accident and I need to file a claim. And even if you do file a claim, with all the premiums that you've been paying over these years, you still have to pay that deductible, whether it's $500 or $1,000. But the whole thing is like, is employed to just make money. This is why the insurance companies, they are multi billion-dollar companies, because they receive more than the claims that are filed each year. So they are gaining a lot. And imagine if one person is paying $1,000 premium, and just imagine how many people are insured. When you talk about like health insurance, now that they made it mandatory during Obama to say, okay, everybody needs to have insurance. I mean, there are still few that fell in the cracks, but it's only 8%. Imagine, like 300 and some odd million people, only 8% don't have some form of like health insurance.
Health insurance.
So that's a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, to me, right, is the broken promise, right? Insurance promise, like, so let's stick to the auto a little bit, you know what I
Okay.
mean? So like, it's like they will promise you, oh, you know what, it comes with, your insurance come with XYZ, you
Yep.
get this coverage, right? You sign in that contract, it's like, it sounds great. But man, okay, just get into an accident. Okay. Now, it's like your claims, oh no, we don't cover this. Oh
Yes.
no, we don't pay the car for. A lot of people don't even know when it comes to the auto insurance, right? There's you have to get a gap insurance
Yep.
in order for, if you have a loan on your car, right? You need a gap extra, like extra coverage. Like you need a
Mhm.
gap insurance, so that if your car is total, that's the only way the insurance company is going to cover the, not the full cost of the car, but what you owe on the car, because sometimes the cost of the car,
It's more.
or the value of the car is less than what you owe on the loan,
Yep.
right? So if
Yep.
you don't have that gap insurance, and they don't tell you that,
No.
most of them don't even tell you that, right? It's like, so you pay for it, and then, oh God, what I mean, unfortunately for you, you fall into an accident. Guess what? Now all of the loopholes begins to it's like manifest itself, right? Show its face. Say, oh no, we don't cover this. We cover this. We want to cover X, Y, and Z. Say what? To
Yeah.
your point, all these years, and there are some folks, like there are folks who like drives is
For
like,
decades. Yep.
decades,
Almost their
like
whole life.
their entire life. They don't fall into an accident. The 1 minute for the insurance to pay it up, that's when all of the loopholes, all of the rules. Oh no, we don't cover this. Oh no, you didn't sign up for this. What?
Yep.
Really? all these years. It's crazy. So to me, it's a broken promise to me, right? Just and a lot of people, and it's like it's just that's where sometimes people get so frustrated with insurance company. But one of the things that you raised there, right, is that because they are so huge and because the amount of money they have, right, is like you cannot do anything to insurance company, bro.
You
You
can't.
know, it's like they are allowed to promise you something when they can't deliver, and they just walk free.
Yeah, and it's one of those almost like industry when you talk about like the auto insurance, they it's not like regulated. It's not something that is say, oh, okay, everybody who have a vehicle of a certain age or if it's certain brand, you are supposed to charge them a set rate. No, it's not like that.
Hmm, hmm.
They
No.
all have different premiums and different requirements. And like you said, they don't explain it to you. And sometimes some of us we like to read like the fine print, but even though are not reading the fine print for for the insurance, because some time ago my wife took my son to school and she was
Hmm.
waiting. You know how you wait to drop the kids off? She was waiting and somebody backed up. The person was
Yeah,
parked and they backed
yeah,
up into her car and we called the police. They said, well, it's a private property, so we can't do anything about it. We said, okay. We called the insurance, and it just so happened that it said if accident occurs in like a school parking lot, it's
yeah.
50-50 liability. And what is
Whoa.
coverage? This is something that
And then,
nobody.
and then you wonder, okay,
Yeah,
what is a 50-50 liability?
50 liability. That means you can nobody, no one person is at fault for the whole.
Okay.
So even though she was stationary, she wasn't moving, somebody backed up into her. But according to the insurance company, it was 50-50 liability, so they could only pay 50% of the damage if we filed a claim. So those are things that they don't like tell you in detail when you call to get that quote. They'll just go over like, oh, this one bodily injury, property damage, and so forth. And then now they will sometimes throw in like glass because if your window is broken, I don't care how much insurance you have, it's not covered.
Exactly, though. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. It's not. And guess what, though? The other thing I learned, I'm glad you brought the glass thing up, right? The other thing I learned a few times, right, is I had a glass incident.
Yeah,
And then, right, it was covered, but guess how much was the deductible?
just
Two
for the glass,
thousand dollars. $2,000.
just for the
Okay,
glass.
just for the glass, right? Okay, it's like you're going to charge me $2,000 for a deductible for a glass like only like sometimes it's like only like $400 or $500
Yeah,
expense.
yeah,
Really? Honestly, because they don't want. I mean, they know, and that's how like they catch you, right? It's like to your
of
point when
course.
they are quoting these things to you, you don't even know how much you. Okay, they will tell you like your overall deductible. Like I like to sign up for lower deductible.
Yeah,
They will tell you overall deductible is $500. So
yeah.
here am I thinking, oh, my deductible is probably $500, and my glass is fully covered, right? Because it's for the totality of the car.
Nope.
And then I reach out to them and say, oh, no, 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 no. But guess what, though? They are going to record that as a claim, even though they didn't pay.
Of course.
Okay. And then, like, they're going to, oh, yeah, he filed a claim before, but he did not cover it, though, right?
Yep.
It's like, but they're going to record as a claim. So
Hmm.
it's like, it just become, like, as I said, right? A game, like a legalized, yeah, like a legalized broad day robbery.
It
Broad
is.
day robbery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you think about it, that's what I said. In some aspect, when it comes to certain things, it is like complete robbery when it comes to like auto insurance. Even if you talk about health, but for the auto insurance, there's things now they bring you like roadside assistance. Back in the day, if you get your insurance, it doesn't matter if you have to put in special clause that say, okay, roadside assistance. Once you have insurance, you can call up for tire service or to if you lock your keys in your car and things like that. But now is a special thing that you have to ask for if you want roadside assistance or rental. I was getting a auto quote recently, and she's like, "Oh, do you want rental insurance?" So I asked them like, does that mean anytime I go to any car rental place, if I go to Enterprise, would I be able to rent for free? She's like, no, that's how it is. It's in case your car is in an accident and you put it into the shop, then we pay up to this much per incident. So I'm like, no. I mean, if God forbid, if I'm in an accident, but the car should be covered. But yeah, these things they just do it to get money from people, and if the premiums and things keep going up every year, and you don't know when the real quote if whoever I got the quote from like a week or so ago, if I call them up in another couple of weeks, they will give me a different number because everything is going by like today's market price or something like that. So it's a game.
Yeah, yeah. Well, folks, tonight we are discussing our topic on our discussion tonight is the insurance game, legalized robbery or necessary evil. If you live in this country, especially this great United States, insurance is pretty much required in every industry, right? Auto insurance, medical, dental, wherever, right? As Peterson said, man, like medical now is even required. I mean, it's like since the Affordable Care Act, ACA or Obamacare, right? You have to have medical insurance. So if you have had a insurance issue, hit us up and let us know how was your experience. But the other thing that appears in like you notice a lot if you are a consumer of TV or even like if you're on social media or whatever or wherever you get your news from, right? It's just almost like a bit the business of fear where the marketing. Every time to me I turn on my TV or even one because I love live sport.
Yeah,
Dude, there's State Farm like advertises like State Farm, Geico, Progressive,
yep,
constantly
yep,
over and over and over. You want to
yep.
do what is like besides, I mean, even my the food companies don't even advertise that much compared to
No,
the
not that
insurance
much.
companies, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, dude, they're all over the place advertising. And just like, it's just like they are constantly marketing. It's like they are so just that, oh yeah, they are kind of making us believe, man, you need insurance, you need insurance. So it's like, you
yeah.
need, yeah. So it's like, I mean, the marketing drive is crazy.
Yeah. So this is why you will see on when you're watching basketball or football, someone will say, "Oh, the State Farm half show, the State Farm halftime. This brought to you by State Farm," because, like you said, they just inundate us with all this information over and over and over. Because if you're watching like TNT, you're watching couple of basketball games, which would be like 4 hours every time they go on break, every time they go on break,
Yeah.
it will be one insurance company that you're going to see. So if you see that, let's say every few minutes, every 5 minutes, they take a commercial break or something like that.
Hmm.
Within 2 hours, imagine the amount of times you are seeing this, and then you will start thinking about it. Oh, okay, maybe I do need to get. I need to call my local Allstate agent or State Farm agent, and not only that, as the amount of junk mail that like physical mail. Before we got on, you heard me like tearing stuff.
Yeah.
About 70% of my normal mail that comes, like the
Yeah.
junk mail, is all from like insurance company, Geico, Progressive, State Farm, this and that. And whether you have insurance or you don't, they're always trying to pull you. Oh, we can save you more money. We can save you more money. And how much can you save me compared to the next guy? But it's like the information overload. They just keep
Yeah.
bringing it, bringing
Hmm.
it, bringing it. And like right now, we're talking about insurance. If I was close to my TV, if I go upstairs to and turn on the TV, a commercial,
There's a,
that will come.
as you said, right? There's a State Farm or Farmers Market or Farmers Insurance or
Yep,
Geico
yep.
or Progressive, that will come on and then pop on your screen and things like that. Oh yeah, you should get home auto and things like that, right? So it
Yep.
almost become like a psychology, right? It's like it's like, oh God, you need this protection. You
Mm-hmm.
need this protection. You need this protection. And I think the other angle I want to bring up, right? I just feel that they are so much protected the industry, the insurance industry. They are so much protected by politicians because some of it like, dude, like if you are a safe driver, I mean, granted, like you don't even like if you don't have a loan on your car. To
Mm-hmm.
me, if you don't have a loan on your car, right,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should be forced to get insurance.
I,
Honestly,
that's
you
true.
know,
That's
but you
true.
you are
Required.
forced to,
You
you are
are.
required,
Yeah.
you know. And then even don't make a mistake, right? It's like to go get a liability because if for liability, it's just like You rather don't have an insurance than to go get a liability
Yeah,
insurance.
liability is
They
just
carry
giving money away to them, basically, because that is of no
nothing.
benefit to you.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
nothing. It
no,
comes to nothing.
yeah, because insurance is so required, even in Chicago, where like certain parts of the city, the police will they will stop people, but like out here where I live, if they stop me, the first thing they're going to ask for registration and insurance.
Registration and yeah, insurance.
But
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the city, they don't ask whether your license is suspended. They want to know if you have insurance. That's yeah, but so friends used to tell me like their plate will be expired for up to a year and they're
Mhm,
driving. And it's not like where they're driving, there's no police, but they're
mhm.
not paying attention to those things. The day
Yeah,
you are unlucky and you get stopped, the first thing they're going to ask for is insurance. But like you said, having things like liability insurance, because that's where growing up, you say, oh, once your car is paid off, you don't need comprehensive anymore. You just put liability on there. But that liability insurance is not for you because it's for the next person. In case you have an unfortunate accident, the liability insurance is to cover the next person. It's not to cover your vehicle because you
yeah,
pay that money and you're not going to get any benefit from it.
yeah. I mean, it's like if we just, I mean, some of the staggering number, right? Is like just as of recently, a couple of years ago,
Mhm.
man. These like insurance company that's making like in profits, right?
Yeah,
Net profit $643 billion.
billion.
Yeah, in profits, not in operations, but in profits. You know, yeah, it's like so. It's just like to your point earlier, right? It's just like I mean, almost every aspect of it, right? Right now we're on an auto insurance, so it's just like a free giveaway,
It is.
right? It's
Yeah,
just like a free giveaway, and then I said, you spend decades, years and years paying up. The one incident that comes up, okay, the one incident that comes up, they won't even say, you know what, you've been a good customer, you've been paying your, you've been paying your, you've been paying your, you've been paying your premium on time, you've been doing everything right. So let us give you some, some breaks.
yeah.
No, that's when they're gonna burn you.
That's when they're
That's
gonna
when
burn
they're
you.
gonna burn. That's when they're gonna burn you, and it becomes so frustrating. They are one of the I think if you take opinion pool, right? The insurance industry in this country is one of the least popular because
It
it
is.
just like it feels like a rip off for so many people. It
Hmm.
feels like an absolute rip off, right? It's like you feel like you have X, Y, and Z assets, that your auto is covered, and then when something happened, boom, you had nowhere to be found,
Yeah.
right? I mean, after the auto sec, I mean, we'll get done with this, right? We're kind of moving to the medical space a little bit because that triggers a lot of people, right? It have it
It
have
does.
it
It
have,
does.
it have made a lot of family bankrupt,
Yeah.
you know. But it's a I mean, to your point earlier about the auto insurance, it just feels like an absolute rip off, right? Folks are paying like
Yeah.
every month
Hmm.
religiously
Yeah.
religiously. They don't even. I think if I think there should be something right. Is like if I'm a good driver every year. If I don't get ticket, I don't make any accident. I should either get a discount. I should either get a lower premium. Pay a lower premium, right, or get a rebate. Get
Yeah.
some of my money back.
No, that's
Let me get some of my money
that's
back, right?
absolutely true. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's like but guess what they do? They will even try to jack it up.
You try to jack it up and don't fall into the category of and say, oh, I forgot to renew or I forget to to get a new policy. Once the one your current policy lapses and you forget for one reason or another and don't have insurance in time, just that time between the expiration and your next policy, you're gonna go back to like 5 years ago when you didn't have insurance and you didn't have good credit. Now you
Yeah.
have to pay that high premium. And some companies are bringing the discount that you just mentioned, but it still doesn't make sense because they have this like good driver or driver assist discount where
Mhm,
they will
mhm.
ask you, oh, have you had any claims or any accidents or any moving violation in the past 5 years? If you say no, of course they're going to check. But
Yeah.
if they don't, then they say, okay, we're going to give you a discount. But that discount they're giving, a lot of them because this is from personal experience where they have asked me, they said, oh, we're going to send you this device that you're going to put on your car so that it monitors how you drive. So for either 6 months or for a whole year, they're going to be monitoring how do you brake, how do you like accelerate, like how is your speed, are you like speeding excessively, or are you just stopping hard brakes and stuff like that. And based on that, your premium can either go up or it will stay the same. I would say it will go down. If it will go down, it's just by a couple of dollars more. But this is something that is just a rip-off because, like we've been saying, people pay, and there are some people who they refuse to drive like let's say used cars. So a lot of people sometimes they just lease vehicles. They don't want to
Yeah, yeah,
finance.
yeah,
And if you are leasing, your insurance will be higher because
yeah,
of the risk of like anything happening to that car that you have to return back
yeah,
to the dealership. So those who lease every 3 years, their premiums for insurance is even much higher. And
yeah.
some of these people are paying it for a lifetime and they never filed a claim. And like you said, we don't receive it back.
Yeah, yeah. The other thing you brought up, right? I can already guess that your insurance company either Progressive, right? Because I do have Progressive. They send you that nonsense. They call it a snapshot, whatever, right? They
Yep,
want you to either download the app on your phone, or give you something or device to plug into your car.
yep,
Why do you want to monitor my driving? Really?
exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm out charge for you to monitor my driving,
yeah.
right? It's like the only thing you should be concerned about. Have I had an accident?
Yep,
Okay, have I had a speeding ticket? Okay. Now you should judge me based on that. But that's what they do. They will say, okay, you know what? Sign up for snapshot or however they call it, and then you sign up for it. But guess what? I always sign up for it to get it ready, right? But once I
yeah,
don't, I never use it. And so
yeah,
guess what they do? They jack up my rate. Yeah, the jack of my rate. I said,
yeah,
okay, right. Time count for renewal. They say, okay, you know what? You are qualified again for Snapchat or whatever. I
yeah.
sign up for it. It's like the thing is, right? They find every mean. It's almost like a corporate greed.
It
They're
is.
not really in it for the customer. If you really look
No,
at,
no, no,
the
no,
way the insurance company works, they're not really in it for they're not in it for anybody. They are just in it. You know
no.
what? Whoever designed the insurance program, bro, whoever designed it, right, is like they
Mhm.
actually is like they just found a way to make money. You know, whatever. I know what he's trying to say. They just
Yep,
found a way to make money. Because
yeah,
it's like I said, I don't think they are in it for their customers. They are just in it for themselves. Because there's no way you can. First of all, number one, all of them, every industry, you find insurance, right? All of them. The one thing they don't like is for you to file claims.
that's it.
Insurance companies do not like claims. If
They
one
don't.
person in your area file claim, bro, is that they're gonna jack up everyone premium,
Everybody. Yep,
everybody
yep,
premium. And you say,
yep.
okay, make that make sense to me.
Yeah.
Not because Peter says my neighbor, he filed claim, and then he said like everyone in that neighborhood are like are high risk. It's like there's certain cities in my like certain cities in Minnesota, right? It's like if you are living in certain cities, the insurance premium is different from someone live in another city.
Hmm.
Make that make sense because how
Yeah.
they are saying, oh yeah, that area is high risk.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's not regulated. It's not something that's a set rate across the board. Like if you drive certain vehicle, if you drive certain miles or something to have a certain rate. It depends on where you live, your zip code, and your neighborhood. Who are the people around you? If you are surrounded, if all your neighbors are elderly or middle aged and they're all driving slow around the speed limit, you will have a decent uh, premium. But if you live in a predominantly like younger demographic area, then your premium is going to be higher. But it's just like you said, corporate greed because it's never enough. Like they make so much money and they don't give it back. Like you said, if 1,000 people live in this community and everybody is required to have automobile insurance, and we are all paying that premium, whether you're paying 6 months, you're paying a monthly, you're paying a year, you're paying something. and then one person files a claim for a vehicle that's total. So out of those 1,000 people, average $100 per month, and somebody filed a claim for $10,000. That's just 1 month for 10 people.
But even the person that filed the claim, the person have already paid over. The
Oh
person have
yeah,
paid like
they pay
the
way
person already overpaid for that claim.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know how this insurance thing came about. It's just another way to keep people down and get money.
That's why I think
So,
like sometimes like when folks get frustrated with politics and politicians, I think that's where some of the things come in, right? There was an incident. I mean, obviously, as we move to the medical side of this thing, right? There was an incident in New York.
mhm.
The United Health, insurance,
Yeah.
guy that got shot,
Mhm.
by that lunatic, right?
Yeah.
It's like obviously it was totally wrong situation. But dude, you have folks celebrating. You wonder, okay, really? Make this make sense to me though, right? It's like an innocent father,
Mhm.
innocent husband was shot, was gunned down.
Mhm.
But when you dig deeper, right, the young man that did that stuff, and the reason folks were celebrating was, oh, is like he has some medical issues, and every time he go to the hospital, he claims to be denied.
Yeah.
His claims was being denied. Obviously, right? He had no rights, and that's some of the things we say, right? That's what I always say is like the issue of guns, because if you don't have access to gun, I think you could have done that, that crap.
Yeah.
But it's like he took that anger on that innocent man,
Mhm.
okay? Because it's like it's in the medical insurance aspect, I mean health insurance, right? That's where to me is brutal. A lot of families
Oh
are going bankrupt,
yeah.
bankrupt, and like our politicians, they don't have the will, the courage to say, dude, it's like health insurance is becoming unaffordable.
Yeah.
It's becoming unaffordable. I have insurance, I have family. I go to the hospital and then you send me a huge bill.
Oh, huge
Really?
deal. Yeah.
A huge bill. So what am I paying insurance for? And please let me tell you this: every company I work for, right, I always go for the highest. The one I want you to pay. I want you to take more out of my paycheck because guess what? I have in my mindset, dude, man. If I go to honestly, honestly, believe me on this. I always want them to take the maximum out of my paycheck.
Oh wow.
Yeah, to God. Honestly, to be honest with you, because guess what? I have young family, right? I
Right.
don't want to. I've told myself I have programmed myself. If I go there, you ask me for copay, you on your own. If you send me bill, you on your own because that's the reason I pay my premium, right? Honestly, and they do every time,
You
man.
still get that bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about how auto insurance is like this. Now, health, it takes it to a whole new level because, like, imagine just going for um, a regular checkup. Most of those are covered by. If you go in like, oh, I'm having a headache or something like that, I'm feeling somehow, and the number one medication in this country, amoxicillin, that is prescribed for everything. I have a headache, okay, amoxicillin. Oh, I have a wound, okay, amoxicillin. So you will go and like in your case where you are paying this high premium, thinking like, okay, well, if I'm paying the top notch, that means I'm not going to have any bill, everything's going to be covered. No, it's not, because you still have that deductible that you have to meet every year, and unless you meet that deductible, you are still responsible for all those medical bills. And when you go in, it's I usually get like the mid level where I'll say, okay, my deductible, if it's like $2,000, I'll probably be able to meet that within a year, and then everything else can be covered. But in 2023, I got COVID. I was supposed to,
Yeah.
yeah, I was supposed to go to Germany, and then like a couple of days before that, I just
Mhm.
something, and I I guess it was the severe COVID symptom because I couldn't even climb up my stairs. So my wife
Yes.
called the ambulance, and then I went to the hospital. But I went in the ambulance, and in the waiting room, I waited for 3.5 hours before they can see me. They took me out of the ambulance, put me in a in a wheelchair, and I was just sitting over there for 3.5 hours before they can see me. And then afterwards, like a couple of months later, they send me the bill, not only the hospital bill, but the ambulance
I was just about to say.
for, for 6 minute ride. They send me a bill for like $2,000. So I'm like,
Woo.
I'm not going to pay it. And I sent it back, and they said, "No, you're responsible to pay." I said, "No, I have insurance. I'm not going to pay it." They said, "No, insurance does not cover ambulance." I'm like, "This is just ridiculous. How can I be paying premium every month? You take not even every month, every couple weeks,
Every
bi-weekly.
2 weeks. Every two
Yeah,
weeks. Yeah.
every 2 weeks you take out my check, and then I still have to pay for ambulance ride. So it's a scam when it comes to the health insurance sector. Is a huge scam.
Yeah. Folks, tonight we are discussing the insurance game. Is it a legalized robbery or necessary evil? Because as I've been discussing here, in every sector, in every industry, what is auto, what is healthcare, I mean, you name it, right? Homeowners insurance, you need insurance, right? It's like you yourself need to get covered, your assets need to be covered, so they require you to have insurance. But is it a legalized robbery or just a necessary evil? Because man, as we have been discussing, man, I don't know, but you can contribute to the conversation by putting a comment in the chat or call down on number 952-594-5154. Right? You brought the ambulance piece, and this is what a lot of folks don't know about the ambulance piece. I think to folks listening to us tonight, know this: if you can take yourself to the hospital,
Do it.
okay, do it.
If you
If
get
you can get
crawl,
a ride
crawl,
to the hospital, do it. Okay, don't call ambulance.
call Uber.
God, look, but except it's a critical situation, if you are
Yeah,
dying or whatever, right? Hey, maybe whatever. If it is critical, but wherein you just having maybe like something's going on, and you have a family member around, or you have a partner around, or you have whoever around, or you have a kids around that can drive, let them take you. Do not call ambulance because as Peterson just mentioned, they will send you a bill you will want to actually is like you want to do so, you you want to say, okay, make this make sense to me.
exactly.
Okay. I mean, Peterson is talking about a 6 minute ride, $2,000. Imagine if you live in a suburb and had to take you to, you
Uh,
know,
yeah, hospital farther away,
yeah,
30
yeah,
minutes,
maybe
45
20,
minutes.
25 minutes away. It's
Yeah,
gonna be 10, 15, or $25,000. It's no
yep,
joke.
yep,
It's no joke. You know, insurance do not cover ambulance ride. So do not. If you can get yourself to the hospital or to the clinic, get yourself there. Don't call insurance. If you do, you're gonna what? Be on the hook. And the other thing about these ambulance, they are owned by cities and counties. And so,
yep.
and so sometimes they come after you for that money.
Hmm. Hmm.
They come after you for it. You cannot avoid it, right? Because it's not owned by the hospital.
Nope.
The hospital system don't own those. So it's owned either sometimes by the county or by the city and or by the fire service. And so if something happen, okay, the government is gonna come because pretty much the government is gonna find a way to come after you for that. So whatever you can do, I'm glad Peterson brother aspect up. Do not get into an ambulance.
Yeah,
It's not a fun ride.
yeah. I
Okay.
was shocked when I saw it. I'm like, wait, what is this like extra bill? And yeah, and like you said, I didn't know that the ambulance is now I knew it's not owned by like the hospital, but
Mhm.
I felt like, okay, well, maybe it's just a service because anytime you call police or fire,
Yeah.
when you see ambulance there, so I'm like, oh,
Well,
okay,
yeah, you will.
it's just part of that routine. But the bill that I received, it was from like the neighboring city, even
Yep.
though my local fire department is only like 2 minutes away, but they,
Maybe yeah,
that's
maybe
the
your
one.
local fire department or your city does not own an ambulance.
Yeah,
Yeah, some don't. Some decide not to bother with it, so they'll
right.
call the probably like the neighboring city or the neighboring county to come and what do that, and then they're the one that are going to charge you. And
Yep.
sometimes you cannot avoid that cost.
Yeah.
You cannot. You know what I mean? Is that you have to government. It's government, right? They're going to come after you for it. And and that's the thing you wanna okay. But what's the point of my insurance?
Yeah.
Because if I'm in an emergency, right? That's when I expect my insurance to cover me. I mean, to the point, right? It's like if an ambulance has to come for, that's why I expect my insurance to cover me.
Cover,
But
right.
no,
Yeah.
no. Okay, it's like that's when I said no, 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 no. We don't cover that. No, no, ambulance is not ambulance is not part of it. And the other thing, right? Like before the ACA or before Obamacare, preventive there was nothing like preventive care. You had to pay
Mhm.
for every
Everything.
visit to the
Yep.
hospital. Even now, and the thing like the whole insurance piece of doing, especially health insurance, right? What it's doing, it scares people away from going to hospital for
Of
real.
course. Of
Because
course.
every time you step in there, the, you are going to get sent a bill.
You get a bill.
Every time you step into the hospital, you're going to get sent a bill. Those are not like folks can say, you know what? Why am I going to? Why am I even? Why should I bother to go? It's like, and the thing, and the scary part about it, right? Our folks don't even like to, especially in our communities, right? In our various immigrant communities, we don't really, we don't really go to. I mean, like to go to hospital, right? And then now you have this other layer of, you know, it come with extra cost.
Yeah.
Why bother?
Yeah. So
Why bother?
the immigrant community or black folks now for the minority community, it doesn't matter whether you are African American or African, they just don't like hospitals. And then
Mhm.
it's even worse when it comes to the younger folks because they're like they feel invincible. Like, hey, uh, I want to get a common cold. I want to catch a flu here and there. I'm invincible. Like I was telling my my son the other day, I'm like, for some reason you don't get sick since you were born. You haven't been to the hospital. I think the first month you had this high fever. It was probably from I don't want to say vaccine, but it's probably from one of those shots. But since then, he's like, "So I'm invincible." I said, "Well, let's pray that it continues to be like that." But yeah, with all this extra costs and bringing it on onto people, that's why they don't like to go to the hospital already, but now
Mhm.
with all these extra costs, if you go and then if I tell my friend like, man, the last time I was at the doctor's office, I got a bill. It's like I don't want to go there. I don't want to get that bill. So then it's going to keep folks at home. And now the insurance companies and the healthcare sector, they try to circumvent that. They try to go around it, but keep it. So they say, oh, okay, you don't have to come into the hospital. We can do telehealth. So, but that's still the same
It's,
thing
it's
because
still
it's
good.
like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just sitting at home. The doctor, I'm not like physically going to the doctor's office for them to evaluate me and stuff like that. So maybe the bill's going to be different. Nope, you're still going to get that bill.
Yeah, yeah. Well, folks, we are discussing the insurance game. Is it a legalized robbery or necessary evil? If you had an encounter with insurance in this country, you know how it is. It's very, very difficult. It's nothing easy. You're paying those premiums, whether it's health, whether it's auto, whether it's homeowner, you're paying those premiums religiously every month or every paycheck, but then time comes for them to take care of you, and then all of the problems come. So you can put a comment in our chat or call our number 952-594-5154. What I was gonna say about the ACA, right, Obamacare. What happened was the number that you mentioned earlier. That's a key number, folks to remember. Only 8%. Even that is even lower. Only 8% of folks in this country that are not covered by
Hmm.
insurance. So what the ACA did was it required everyone in this country to have insurance.
Yep.
If you don't have insurance, they're going to charge you.
Hmm.
So even like if you file your taxes like every year, right? One of the questions I ask you, do you have insurance?
Yep.
Right? That's
Yep.
what the question, right? Do you have insurance? So imagine, right? To your point about the young people earlier, a lot of young people say, okay, I'm in my 20s, right? I'm in my 20s. I don't have family.
Hmm.
It's like I'm first of all, maybe like even if I drink, I'm very healthy, right? It's like I consider myself very healthy, and so that why do I need insurance, right? So the insurance company saw you say, hey man, you know, you get a bunch of 20 something, 80-year old all around here, right? Avoiding us, avoiding us. So it's like they went to the government lobby. And then that's how come the ACA came about. But it just to me is like you got young kids, healthy kids paying into that pool.
Hmm.
Most of them don't how to use it. But then the other thing, the other aspect, right, is that you have, like this is where you come is that, okay, pre-existing condition. What does pre-existing condition have to do with me having the insurance or not having insurance? It's like, dude, sometimes the terminology, sometimes this stuff is so confusing, right? It's like, I think when it comes to health insurance, where I think the ACA, they really found a way to. I think the number, the 8% you mentioned earlier, it could even be lower than that because now it's like you are basically required to have
Mhm,
insurance.
mhm. Yeah. So with the younger people that do have, or they are mandated to have this insurance, because now they made it that if you cannot afford it, then your parents, you stay on your parents' insurance, because it used to be like, oh, by the time you're 18 or 21, you you are a dog, go and figure it
Hmm.
out on your own and get your own
Yeah,
insurance. But now I think it's like up to 25 or 26 years
26
old.
up to 26. Yeah,
Yeah,
up to
up to
26.
26 years old,
Yeah, yeah,
you can stay on your parents' insurance and they're paying.
yeah.
And a lot of these parents, like we said, they are paying for their own insurance, and then they are paying for the kids' insurance that a lot of the young people, they are not using. These people, they are, all they care about is creating content and be on social media and stuff like that. So what I mean, are they going to get sick from looking at their phones? Yeah, they might, but those are, it's a risk that is not worth the amount of money that people are paying into insurance, because many times you don't file claim, or you don't use you don't get any benefit from having pay these premiums all throughout either your child's life until they become adult to go on their own stuff. So, and then like you said, the insurance companies, they went to the government, and this is why they are so protected, because it's
Yeah.
the government cannot do anything to require them to say, oh, okay, well, John been paying for 10 years and he's never filed a claim. Give him some of like the last 5 years of premium, give it back to to John. No, that's not how it works. So like they're untouchable.
The reason folks want folks are listening to us tonight are going to listen to this segment to realize the reason why the government is shut down right now is because there's 24 million folks who are on Obamacare subsidies.
Hmm.
If Congress does not renew those subsidies, right? Insurance premium, health insurance premiums are going to go sky high. And it's not only going to affect
Those 24 million?
those
No.
24 million people, they're going to spread across the board,
Yep.
right? Right now, the insurance company are already setting rates as of open enrollment
Enrollment. Yep.
is coming up as of November 1st. Guess what? If you go for open enrollment this year, folks, okay, I know some of us will not look. If you have it, oh, Jerry knew it.
Yeah.
No, especially especially for a health insurance. If you just renew it, if you look
Yep.
at your paycheck, it's gonna be lower.
Yeah.
Because right now the fee that right health insurance is getting so expensive. I mean healthcare is getting so expensive. So the insurance company are jacking up premiums.
Yeah.
And to your point, like that's how I feel like I mean, it's like all these politicians when it comes to it, they are all corrupt because it's like they feel powerless to stop these guys. Really? The government can do something about it. Honestly,
They
the
can.
government can do something about it.
Yeah, the
But if
government
he,
can
like,
do something
it's
about
it's
insurance,
like
about a lot of things. Yeah,
yeah, it's like but if they it's like they pretend that they are so powerless to do it. We're talking about something when it comes to health, especially when it comes to health insurance. When it comes to health, right? It's about life and death, and you just want and you want to leave it in a bunch of corporate, corporate heavyweights hand, right? To determine who gets insurance, who pays what, and things like that. And it's just so ridiculous, man. I mean, I think the government has the will to do something about it. But man, it just feel like these insurance lobbies they are so powerful. Congress, your local state, and your local government, they just feel powerless. They don't do anything about it, and
yeah.
insurance just running like they just doing whatever they want to do
Hmm.
without anyone holding them accountable. There's no accountability.
No,
That's how I say there's no accountability.
yeah. This is why I mean, our neighbors up north, the Canadians, they
Hmm.
have a completely different like healthcare system that works for them, because for them it's not something like, oh, you have to go to Allstate, you have to go to State Farm, you have to go to this and that to get health insurance, or Blue Cross Blue Shield and so forth. They have like universal health care where they they take a I think the government pays, and they say as long as you are a documented citizen or somebody
Yeah,
that's documented,
resident.
you
Yeah,
are entitled to get. the insurance, and they are not they don't have insurance companies lobbying every day like, oh, what about this other part of it? Can we uh, just take the reins off so we can be able to hack up the price? And the government is not benefiting from it because like is before the Affordable Care Act, it was holding a lot of people back because people don't want to pay all this premium every
Mm-hmm.
year. They pay
Mm-hmm.
every
Mm-hmm.
year, every year, every year, and then when something happens, that's the time you even know that there's a insurance broker, that you have a caseworker, and all of these because once you call to make a claim, then it's give you the runaround for something that you are entitled to.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, folks, tonight we are discussing the insurance game. Is it a legalized robbery or necessary evil, right? Because you are required to have it. So join us tonight on this conversation and tell us about your experience, with insurance. Put a comment in the chat or call our number 952-594-5154. For one, the thing though, right? Let's bring it up by right to like the immigrant reality, right? Most immigrants that will come here, we don't even know how the whole insurance things work. I
No.
mean, from your auto insurance, if it happens to buy a home, even if you live in an apartment, right? They were saying, oh yeah, just protect, you know
Your
what I mean?
renter's insurance.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. Okay, yeah, renters insurance, right? And then the healthcare insurance. For the immigrants, like the whole thing, like especially like I was speaking for, especially for the African immigrant community, the whole thing look foreign to us,
It is.
and it's so complex. It's
Yeah.
so complicated. You
Yeah.
don't understand it, right? It's like, okay, me thinking I come and get insurance, or when I get insurance, it covers everything. And
Mhm.
that's where some of us go. I would tell you maybe 99.9% of African immigrants or some type of health, maybe a hospital or or clinic somewhere because we all fee, right?
Yeah.
Once I'm paying my premium, order through my job or whatever, or on the ACA market exchange, right? If I'm
Yeah.
paying my premium there, when I go to hospital, I should be covered.
Yeah. It's a strange concept because we don't have those things in our country. Well,
Hmm.
Liberia to be specific. Now they I have heard about people paying like car insurance and
Hmm. Hmm.
things.
Hmm.
It's through
Yeah.
like, of course, there are the private sector in Liberia, but it's not something that is required by law to say, oh, okay, you must have insurance before you can come to this hospital, or you must have insurance before you can drive your car. And if you live in a home, which everybody do, whether it's uh, here, it would be the apartment or studio or anything. But back there, it would be whether you're in a little zing ground or something, you still need to have some type of insurance. But like you said, it's a strange concept because when people come here, they're like, oh, just like you're thinking, if I'm putting insurance on this car, that means if I'm involved in any type of accident, then everything would just be paid up for. I don't have to pay anything out of pocket. And the same thing, if I'm paying health insurance, whenever I go to the doctor, go to the clinic or anything, I don't have to pay a bill. But you would be mistaken if you think that's how it works. And like you said, a lot of people have owed they are owing a lot of debt because
Medical debt. Yeah,
medical
medical
debt
debt.
because they didn't know that, oh, okay, this is how the insurance works, because the insurance company never explained it. Even majority of people who get it from their employer, when it's time for open enrollment, yeah, that agent is going to come. Yeah, this is what you get for this one. You can go to any hospital within network, or you need referral, but they don't tell you the, the minute details. Like, oh, okay, this is what actually happened. Even though it says for years you don't have a copay, or you have a copay, but you will still get a bill
Yeah.
regardless of what your deductible is or your premium is. You still
Yeah.
will get a bill.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, that's the health insurance piece. So we have covered auto and that's the health insurance. The last one, you know what I mean, with the last couple of minutes we have on here, is that the last one is like this homeowner insurance. Well, a lot of folks, they call home they call home in this country the American dream, only a home. But some of the hidden costs about the home ownership is it, I think that one of the issues is like, is this homeowner insurance? Right now, man, Peterson is like out here in like places like Florida, and like the homeowner insurance through the roof. It's
For
like
real.
where
Yep.
to the point where in like the state government want to step into it to like abolish the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because folks cannot afford homeowner insurance in places like Florida. And
Yeah.
California is becoming the same way. You want
Yep.
to, okay, you telling me my home is an American dream, right? Like everyone should own a home. And then you having insurance is like, and no one's regulating them.
Nope.
Your most prized asset in this country, you just have insurance can charge you any way they want to charge you, right? And then guess what? The one thing, don't let anything happen to your home.
Nope.
Okay. You own your own. You own your own. So God.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
when we bought our house, the whole thing about homeowners, it was new to us because we didn't
They
know
don't tell
about
you.
it.
They don't tell you
We didn't know
until you
about it
ready
at
to
first.
sign. Yeah, until
Yep.
you ready to sign
Ready
your
to sign. We set a closing day, ready to sign. Then it said, "Oh, okay. This is what you're going to bring to closing, and then this one is you need to contact a company for homeowners." Like, wait, what? Say, yeah, you need to get homeowners insurance, and every year after that. So I was saying some time ago that I think between last 2 years ago and last year,
Mhm.
so between 23 and 24,
Mhm.
homeowners insurance because I had an auto renew. So this is like to your point earlier about having even your employer health insurance where you just have it on renew when open
Yeah.
enrollment and say, I don't want to be bothered, and then they jack it up. Yeah, mine they raised it up by more than $3,000
Wow.
without my knowledge.
Yeah.
And the only reason that I saw it because the mortgage company sent me the mail and said, "Oh, your mortgage is going to be going up by $700 by the start of 2024." I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
By
I
the,
thought I
by
have
the
a
start
fixed
of
rate, right? I mean, your first question was, I thought I
yeah,
have a fixed rate. Yeah.
yeah. I said exactly. I thought I had a fixed rate, so I'm like, wait. It said the property tax, like what's going on? And of course, the property tax goes up every year, but it's not going to go up by $700 a
Mm-hmm.
year time. So I called the insurance broker, and it just so happened that he was so busy. "Oh, Peterson, I'm going to call you right back." I'm like, okay. And then a couple of days goes by. I called him again. He's like, "Oh, I don't have time right now. I'm going to call you back." So I'm like, yeah, we getting close to the time that these people are going to raise my rate. So I started shopping on my own. But the homeowners insurance thing too is like because from car to health to home, uh, the um, the rate increases and I guess the value of the asset because uh, the car you get it, yes, and then the health insurance that is worth more, and then the home that's one of the biggest purchases that you can make in your lifetime. So for the homeowners insurance to have everything like covered, they will ask about wind, hail, storm. Like, do you live in a floodplain? Do you need there's all these things? And I mean, depending on where you live, when what's the average number of homes that you see get like burned down or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
But the premiums for these home owner insurance, they are very high too, and it goes into your mortgage, and it's something that is required. So I
It
was telling
is.
somebody when I was getting recorded recently, and they said, "Oh, so do you get back all your money if you don't file a claim?" I'm like, I wish, I wish that was the case.
And the reason why is like folks in Florida because it's a
Yeah.
hurricane prone state, or
Hmm.
California is a wildfire prone state. The reason why homeowners there cannot afford homeowner insurance is because once you file a claim, the insurance companies say, "Oh no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, we don't, oh no, 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 we don't want to be part of this. We don't want to be part of this neighborhood, or don't want to be part of the community, right?" It's
Yep.
like the all and like really, really, come on, man. Come on, or they jack it up to the point. As look, there was a story that came out right now. I think the local state government in Florida is trying to find a way to abolish, because all of the first of all the premiums are so high,
Hmm.
homeowners in Florida and even California when they cannot afford it.
That's just
They
ridiculous.
cannot afford it.
Yeah.
You know, and as I said, it's like they are allowed to jack it up. Make it make sense to me. Why? As I said, one person in your neighborhood should not file a claim.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
sometimes I see some of my neighbors. Then, like, I mean, since we're moving some of my neighborhood, every little thing I see some of them, boop, they want to change their roof. I be telling them, I say, dude, you guys don't know what. It's like if you look at the roof, the whole thing is like a big business, right? Yeah, bro. It's like, why do you have to every little hill you have to change your roof? This our roof is like, yeah, you know, it's like a whole big business.
yeah, the whole thing, and I mean the housing industry, the construction industry. This is like when we came to the States, this is the first place that uh I've been where you will see a house will burn and it will burn down to the foundation because like these things
Yeah,
will
oh yeah, it's all wood. Yeah, it's
it's
not
so
it. Brother,
but
it's
like
temporary stuff. It's temporary. Yeah.
to your point about the cost of insurance in some of these states, like this is what happened during the wildfires in California. Was it last year or a couple?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm,
just last year. They were saying now imagine Florida and California. Those two places are some of the most expensive places to live in the country.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
if you have $1 million home that you pay insurance on for a number of years, you pay all these premiums, you never had a claim, but then this fire came through, and then when people filing claims, now all of
They're
a sudden
getting denied.
they get
They're
it
getting
denied.
denied.
Oh, you didn't put this. You didn't put this on your clause when you were signing. Well, when I was paying it, you never told me like, hey,
You never. You
yeah, so
never.
yeah,
It's crazy. And it's like a lot of people to your point where some people like there was a older folks. I think they're living at home for 30 years. Their home got burned down. Insurance said they were not covered.
jeez,
Imagine someone lifetime investment.
yeah,
Okay, and it's like pretty much it's like there are a lot of insurance company in such a situation. The insurance company got away with murder. Took off. It's like someone lived in yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Honestly,
yeah,
you know, honest. And I mean, we live in a capitalist society. They'll say, "Oh well, you should have." It's
yeah,
like now they want to put a personal responsibility
yeah, yeah,
on the individual. Oh,
yeah,
you should have checked even as a it's a the Department of Commerce where that regulate insurance. I mean, industry in this country, um your local state government, right? That's like that
mhm,
your Department of Commerce. You call them, is they tell you say, hey, we can tell them what to do.
yeah.
So
Get the license to would have get
I'm
the
asking
license to
myself,
work
okay,
in
so
the state.
what's the function again? Right? Just to yeah, it's like what is the function? If you can't tell them what to do, what is the function? So if they wrong a consumer, they are allowed to walk away, no
Yeah,
penalty, no nothing.
yeah.
You
There
know,
are certain things that in the insurance industry they will consider like almost like when they say like gross negligence or something. So if they blatantly see a client and then they like give them misinformation or they lie to them, that's you can omit information, but you are allowed to leave out anything you want to leave out, but you just can't give them like the wrong information. So with that, a lot of people who are agents, that's I don't know if there's a school that you go to for
yeah, they train you. Yeah, they train you. I mean, as I said, it's one of the most lucrative and profitable industry in the world, and
it
especially in
is.
this country. It's one of the
Yeah.
most. I mean, come from the is a as we said earlier on the prior when we're talking about auto. If you turn on your TV, there's State Farm,
Oh
there's
yeah, Jake.
Geico,
Yep.
there's Farmers, there's this, there's that. Where are they getting money from to advertise? You don't see a lot of businesses, right? I
No,
don't turn on my TV every time I see Apple advertising. No,
no.
okay. Or Google advertising to me no, but or Facebook advertising to me no, but the insurance company will advertise. And to your point earlier, right? They are sponsoring all of these major events,
Hmm.
right? These sporting events, they have all of these spokespeople, the Aaron Rodgers or these
Yep.
superstars,
Yeah.
right? It's like
Yeah.
where are they getting is they are taking you and that hard-earned money,
Hmm.
okay, hard-earned money, and just uh, pretty much doing whatever they want to do with it,
Yeah.
without any to say, hey man, let us have some mercy or sympathy on these
No,
folks. Nothing.
there's no such thing. There's no
Yeah,
such
yeah.
thing.
So, well, anyway, folks, I mean, there's a 1 hour show, man. Is that we bring these kind of conversation, right? We know it's not, to create awareness, to know, like, man, especially like, I mean, like Peterson raised some great point, and I will stress it here, man. If you are, I say you are dying, but don't take ambulance. So you are dying, right? Do not do ambulance because they will bury you. And
Yeah.
sometimes, man, is it the government gonna go after you for it? Certain states, you
Mhm.
can never get away with it. The government, the government will collect their money. So, we bring these topics, man, just to create awareness for folks to know. Man, we live in a country. Obviously, there's not much probably we can do about it, but creating the awareness for all to know. And maybe like some of these politicians we are electing, man, maybe we need to start telling them, man, you guys are not looking after us. You know? Yeah, because there's the one place I would like the politicians to fix. What is auto, health, and homeowner, whatever type of insurance. They
Mhm.
need to crack down on these folks, man.
Yeah, I
Honestly.
mean the government. There are things the government can do, like, but when it comes to things like insurance, some people have like vested interest. Some of them, they are either investing to the insurance industry or the insurance sector, so they want to see it like continue to thrive in their eye, which is putting the common person down. Because if people have to struggle, we already talked on here before about the cost of living, the cost of homeownership, the cost of like just groceries, the cost of everything is up in the roof. But then you have to add the fact that insurance is
Cost
required
of insurance, yeah.
for
Cost of
the
insurance.
car that you're driving to
Mm-hmm.
work, where they have not given you that raise, but your insurance rate goes up, your
Keep
homeowner
going up.
premium goes up, and then
Yeah.
everything else is up. So
Yeah.
there is something that the government can do, but this is one area that they refuse to to even venture around.
And just brought a great point, right? It's like an unregulated agency or let's say an industry, right? Because that's the cost maybe that we talk about. I mean, the affordability stuff you just brought up, but we talk about the cost of everything. But sometimes people don't realize that is where the when it comes to insurance, where the cost of these things are rising so much because sometimes you feel that it's a necessity,
Yep,
right? It's a
yep.
necessary evil, right? Because you are
Mhm,
required to have it.
mhm.
You are required to have it. Okay, but the costs are rising every year is causing it is contributing more to the affordability crisis than anything else. Because
Yes,
if you own a home every year, bro, it's going up. Your
every year,
homeowner insurance, I guarantee you,
every year.
every year is going
Every
up.
year. Yep. It will go up every year, and don't forget to even let it last, because the mortgage company will call you. They will
Oh
send
yeah,
you a notice like, "Hey, you don't have. We notice you don't have homeowners." But even before calling you, they are going to try to renew it, like basically by force,
they
to say,
do. Yeah, I
"Okay,
mean,
well, if you
it's
don't
true.
call
I
us,
mean,
then
it's
that
true.
means we're
Escrow.
going to
Yeah,
just
I
renew."
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have control over that as a homeowner in this country. You don't have control over your homeowner insurance, right? Your bank or your mortgage company it's through your escrow. One
Mhm.
and that's the one place the insurance company can raise it. A lot of folks don't even like know that. A lot of folks don't even check it probably,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't even check it because it's through your mortgage company or and it's it's coming right. So you
Mhm.
are lucky like you check yours, but a
Yeah.
lot of people, a lot of folks probably. Yeah, I always tell people, right? Check your amortization statement.
Yeah.
Check your amortization statement every month when it comes to your okay. Because if you see, okay, what's this, right? How much is going to my insurance? How much? Because the one thing they do, they break it down for you.
Yeah.
How much go to your homeowner? How much go to your home? How much go to your property? How much go to interest? And how much go to principal? So they can break that down for you. That's a good thing. So check that because the two line items that go out every year. Okay, that go every year. Your property
Property tax. Yep.
tax
And
and your
owner.
homeowner.
Yep.
So if you have to check your amortization statement regularly to make sure that nothing, funny is going on there. That
Yep.
but. Man, it's been a great segment, Peterson. That's why I'm always, excited every Tuesday to join you here for to have some fun with this, man. But as we wrap up, what's the message, man, you want to leave with folks out there that have been listening to us for the last 1 hour or so?
Yeah, it's been a great conversation, and to everybody that's been listening, that will watch this. I mean, like Abe said earlier, we just bring these topics to bring awareness into the community for people who are not experts, and no matter what your feeling is about insurance, whether it's health insurance, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, uh, especially for the auto and homeowners, now healthcare too, but these are things that are required in this country, especially auto, because everybody drive one way or another. So you
Mhm.
driving somebody's car or you driving your own car, but it's going to require insurance, and is like, even if it's if it's paid off, if it's a used car, if you are not financing, you're still required to have insurance on that vehicle. And the same thing with the home. If your home is paid off, you bought it cash, you lived there 30 years and you pay it off, you still need to have insurance on your home.
Yeah.
So that's what we're saying. Like, in our opinion, we are paying more than we are getting back, because majority of the people that do have insurance, they are not filing claims every year. So the one or two out of everybody that you know that will file a claim within the next 5 or 10 years, they are not. The insurance company is going to be drilling them around, like giving them the run around just for filing that claim. And if somebody that you know in your neighborhood files a claim for like a roof, now everybody's rate's gonna be jacked up, because when you go to get that new quote, they'll say, "Oh, this is a new rate for this year," and this is something that is like uh, unregulated, because nobody is telling them what rate to set and how they can go about doing their business. So we know it's something that is required, but we just need to do our best and see how you can get some of those like discounts. There are some discounts out there when it comes to especially like auto insurance, where sometimes they'll say, "Oh, if you haven't had any moving violation in the last 5 years and no accidents, we can give you like certain percentage off, depending on how you drive." But everything comes at a cost. Sometimes they will tell you you have to download an app that it can monitor your driving, or send you some device that you plug into your car. And like we're saying, why do we need all these unnecessary steps just so that we can be insured? And why is it that it's a requirement? There are other countries that have like universal health care, for example, for their citizens, and they are doing just fine. But the US, well, we find that the insurance sector is one of the the largest and most lucrative, and they feel untouchable, like we said, because the government is not regulating them. But
Yeah.
it's been a great conversation, a great segment.
Yeah, yeah, man. Look, first of all, yeah, I would say, right, it is a legalized robbery. I mean, they are robbing ordinary citizens in left and right. However way they want to feel about it, and politicians seems to be powerless, right? It's like these politicians are in the pockets of these guys. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. So, it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good, but at a certain point, right, it should be a give and take,
Mhm.
right? It should be on give and take. If someone is paying premium every year religiously, and he's not getting into trouble, whether homeowner or car insurance or whatever, or even health insurance, because a lot of people have health insurance, they don't even go to the hospital.
Yep.
You know,
And it's just
give
been,
that person some yeah, give that person some give that person some of that money back, honestly, or reduce that rate. But they don't do it. It's like, first of all, they jack it up every year. So I think like it is a legalized robbery, right? It's like they're allowed to do whatever they want to do. I don't know how they became so powerful, but they are using their power and their money to ready. It's like, man, they are causing a lot of damage when it comes to health insurance, when it comes to homeowners insurance. As I said, folks that are living in California or the in Florida, man, that they are cash, especially homeowners, they are catching hell to get insurance, and their home prices are getting so expensive because of that. Because guess what? If you own a home, that is required. So
Yep.
all we are saying here, man, is like there's no way you can avoid it,
Yep.
right? It is what it is.
It's
And
a
don't even try
bitter
to,
pill to
yeah,
swallow. Like,
yeah,
you have
don't
to
even
swallow
try
it.
to. When it comes to the auto, even I know I will tell you straight up, it's a legalized robbery. Don't try to avoid it, right? Because you don't know when something might happen.
Mhm.
And don't go for the liability. As Peter said earlier, you're just giving them free money. Don't do liability. Do your full coverage. Do your full coverage. It's expensive, but don't do because liability just giving them free money, and then if
Yeah,
something happens,
it's not
you
covered
you stay on the hook for everything.
for
And stuff
everything.
like
Yep.
that. So that's it tonight, folks. We bring these topics here, man. As some man Peterson echoed earlier, just to create awareness and say insurance is good, but it is a legalized robbery, and they are just getting our money and doing whatever they want to do. Whoever invented it, man, it's a good invention. So that, but that's it tonight, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow for our business segment. Thank you so much as always. It's been a great topic. My man Peterson, man, thank you so much for joining the show tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
In a circle podcast.